All right. So this is for my friends in the diaspora. As someone who has had a lot of conversation with people in the diaspora, that is Nigerians living in the diaspora, and according to statistics, it has been discovered that a lot of Nigerians who buy property here in Nigeria are Nigerians living in the diaspora. And from my findings, I found out that most of the Nigerians living in the diaspora who are getting property in Nigeria are buying this property for the sole aim of coming back to Nigeria to do real estate as a business. That is to say that the money they are making right now in the diaspora are the same money that they are using to invest in these properties right now, so that when they return back to Nigeria, they will have something to fall back to as a way of business, as a way of life or a continuation of life. Do you understand me now? But I can tell you categorically that most of the Nigerians living in the diaspora are buying the right properties for the wrong reasons. Yes. Why did I say that? Now, for somebody who wants to do business in Nigeria, real estate, in the real estate sector, precisely now, you don't need to you don't need to get properties at the most expensive state of that property. You should be looking at buying those properties at their most affordable period, or when those properties are just coming into the market. This is the only way you can maximize profit from from that particular project. This is to say that you can even make money from from those projects even when you have not even returned back to Nigeria yet. And that is why in this video I'm going to be centered on areas that you need to put in your money as a Nigerian living in the diaspora. It is not every property that is advertised to you that you buy. If your sole aim is to come back to Nigeria to do real estate as a business, you understand me now? So that you can be able to use, if you have 100 million naira for this business, you don't now use 100 million naira to buy just a single property. When you can be able to use 100 million naira to buy as many properties as possible if you are guided properly. And that is what I'll be doing in this video. Now, henceforth, let's assume that everything you've done in the past is a mistake for those of you that fall into this category. Henceforth, for any property you are buying in Nigeria, the location should have either an extension of a main location or the phase 2 of the main location. I will give you an instance. We have what we call Asokoro in Abuja here. We have Guzape in Abuja here. We have Metama in Abuja here. Which other place again? We have Katampe in Abuja here. We have Lugbe in Abuja here. Now, in all of these locations I've called for you, they have an extension of them right now. Now, in all of these places I've mentioned, you can tell that if you are to get a property right now in Metama, the least property you should be seeing in Metama will not be less than 100 million naira. Irrespective of where this property is found in Metama, in as much as the property is in Metama main, you should be spending nothing less than 100 million naira to get this property. And you're coming back to use this property to do business. Tell me, how do you make money from this business? You can make money, but it will take you a long period of time. This video is to help you what? Make your money within a short period of time. And that is why in this video, I'm telling you right now that if you are getting property in Nigeria, the properties you should be getting should be the cluster 2 or the extension of the environment you are buying that property. So if you are buying any property in Nigeria right now, instead of buying property in Metama main, you're buying property in Metama extension. It is going to be way more affordable for you. And before you return, Metama extension or Metama 2 would have attained that level of development that the Metama main right now is having. I'll give you another example. If you are going to buy property in Asokoro right now, you thought that you can not get any property in Asokoro less than 50 million naira as we speak. But we still have properties that are selling in Asokoro extension or Asokoro 2 right now that is still going for an affordable rate of 20 million naira. These are places you should be getting properties from. Let me come back to Katampe extension now. Now, when the main Katampe was selling, in fact, currently we still have properties that are selling in the main Katampe, but for you to get a property in Katampe main right now, you will spend nothing less than 50 to 100 million naira to get a good property in a very prime location in Katampe main right now. Meanwhile, you can still get a very good property in Katampe extension right now for between the range of 30 to 35 to 40 above, depending on the plot size of that property. What am I trying to say? I'm trying to say that the The phase 2 of these locations are currently affordable. And these are places that you should be considering getting properties because you are coming to use this property to do business. I don't know if you're understanding me. You're coming to use these properties to do business. As a matter of fact, you don't have any business with buying property in Maitama, Maine if you are coming to do real estate as a business. You don't have any business buying property in Asokoro, Maine if you are coming to do real estate as a business. You don't have any business with buying property right now in Katampe, Maine if you are coming to do business, do real estate as a business. In as much as we have Katampe extension, we have Guzape 2, we have Maitama 2, we have Asokoro extension. These are places you should be considering getting properties for a Nigerian living in the diaspora that wants to come back to Nigeria to do real estate as a business. But if you are coming to do real estate if you are buying these properties for the purpose of coming to stay with your family, say for instance, you're looking for a location where you can buy a property, let's say a duplex, that you come to stay with your family, good and fine. You can have all of these properties in these locations. But if you are coming to do the business of real estate specifically, then you don't have any business with buying property in Maitama, Maine, except you want to do it in form of a cash flow system. That is renter, building to sell or building to rent out to people, which I will explain in subsequent videos that will be coming up, so that you don't get confused, so that you don't get your money locked up somewhere. Because I speak to a lot of people who live in the diaspora, and I find out that they are actually buying the right property for the wrong reason. And that is what gave birth to this video. So for a Nigerian living in the diaspora that is watching this video right now, you now have a target of where you should be getting properties from. We can still tell you now categorically that there are properties right now in Guzape 2 that are still selling for a very cheap and affordable rate that you can buy as many as possible. There are properties right now that are still selling in Asokoro extension that is still cheap and affordable that you can buy as many as possible. In fact, as we speak, there are properties right now. In fact, what people are doing right now is that they are buying properties in Maitama 2 right now because that is where the heat of the business is facing. And that is to say that in Abuja, real estate has times, in fact, there are times and seasons for every location. There was a time when Guzape 2 was the heat of it all. That was when properties were still selling for as low as 5 million, 7 million, 8 million. I have a good news for you, but that will come at the end of this video. I just hope that this video has helped somebody out there who is in the diaspora that wants to invest in Nigeria, that wants to come back to Nigeria to do the real estate business as a business. You get me now? And you need the service of a professional to guide you in all of these things, and that is where I come in. You need a property lawyer who will make sure that the document of any property you are buying is genuine enough and certified. You understand me now? So you need a property lawyer who will guide you in all of these things. And not just that, you need a very loyal realtor or real estate agent who will now be able to tell you where to buy, when to buy, and how to buy. And that is where I come in. My name is Austin Efa, and I'm that real estate broker here in the city of Abuja that has chosen to not just sell real estate, but guide my people, guide my clients on the best and most affordable way of buying real estate with their two eyes closed when they go to sleep. I've been doing this for some time now, and I want you to be part of the people on my list. And that is why this video is coming up for you. You get me now? So if this video interests you, we have property right now that is selling in Guzape for as low as 10 million naira at pre-sale prices. We have property right now that is selling in Maitama 2 for as low as 4 million naira at a land banking case. We have properties right now that is selling at Katampe extension for as low as 45 million naira. We have properties right now that are selling at Rugbe extension, that is the axis of Airport Road, for as low as 30 million naira. These are places you should buy property. And if this is what you want, then you should call the numbers you'll be seeing on the screen of this video, and I'll get to put you through. And you are on your way to making huge money huge profit in the real estate sector when you return back to Nigeria. God bless you. See you on the next one, and one love.